Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So if you guys, some of you might be following Dog Lover Likes Doge. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that quite right, but and they just uploaded a video about Queen Coral's sons, and it brought up another question that I had, and I actually commented on her video, but I'm going to go ahead and just make a video myself because I have my own channel now. Anyways, so now that there's 32 sons of Queen Coral, we can safely assume that a portion of them, probably a large portion of them, will have dragonets at some point. And I'm just going to assume that an enemy becomes the next queen of the Seawings, just for simplicity. And no, I'm not going to get in debate about who's going to become the next queen. I'm just saying that for now. Personally, I prefer Auklet, but... So, if a bunch of Queen Coral's current sons have daughters and other sons, that's a lot of royal dragonets. Like, that's a lot. Even if not all of them have dragonets, that's still a lot. And it's never addressed if the nieces of Queen Coral can challenge her. I think at one point, once or twice, I think it is addressed. It does say in the books that they can't, but I know in the Icewind Kingdom, the nieces can challenge for the throne. Because in Winter's book, he thinks about, like, how Icicle was supposed to challenge Queen Glacier when she got old enough. And then obviously that didn't happen, so, I'm just curious, like, are an enemy's nieces going to be running around, and are some of them going to be coming up and challenging her for the throne all the time? Because that would be a hassle, because that's a lot of dragonets, and obviously not all of them would want the throne. But that's still, there's a decent amount of wood. Now, I do think it is addressed in the books that in the Sea Kingdom, the nieces can't challenge for the throne. So, technically that might not actually be a problem. But there is another thing that I was thinking about, is that's a lot of, like, the princes and the princesses, if they can't challenge for the throne. That's just a lot of other dragonets who also potentially would have dragonets. So that means there would be a lot of royal dragons around it. I mean a lot. Because that's a lot of dragons. All of whom are royal. Like, I'm picturing, like, a little seawing town off on the coast. And, like, there's like, a family or two that have, like, royal blood, because there's a bazillion sons of Queen Coral. And all of a sudden, there's a bazillion dragonets who are also having dragonets. Like, does that give them some kind of authority? Because they're the queen's cousin's niece. Like, does that give them authority anywhere? Like, if there's some dragonets growing up in, like, this little town and they're related to royalty, are they, like, treated differently? Do they know? Like, what are the implications here that are caused by all these royal dragons running around? Do they need to make some new rules about, like, who has authority and who can just say that they're related to the queen? Because, like, and also, that could also mean it'd be easy enough to fake being royal. If you're related to royalty because you're the queen's brother's grandson, does that give you authority? It'd be easy. If that gives you authority, then it would be easy enough for somebody to just say that, oh, I'm the queen's brother's grandson, and, like, who can prove them wrong? Because you could say that if your parents are dead, which is kind of gruesome, but you could easily say that, oh, I'm related to the queen, therefore I have authority, and nobody can really prove you wrong because there's just so many royal dragons. You could still easily be related to the queen. So, I'm just wondering what kind of rules would they have to put in place to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. Or, like, because, obviously not all of those dragons that are actually related to royalty would be good dragons. And if they have authority, does that mean they can just use that for bad things? So, yeah, that's all. I'm just very curious about what the implications of having a bunch of royal dragons running around are. Because there's going to be a lot of royal dragons running around pretty soon once all these sons of coral are adults. So, like, in 10 years or so, there's going to be a lot of royal dragons. So, tell me your thoughts in the comments. What do you think's going to happen? Personally, I think I might have to make a OC that's, like, one of Coral's sons or grandsons or something, because that would be fun. So yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments. I know I already said that, but I want to hear what you think would happen with all these royal dragons running around everywhere. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.